Welcome! Today, we're going to learn how to play and read our first 3 notes on the E string. I hope you're excited because I'm excited for you to learn. Before we do that though, we need to get acquainted with how music is written. Music is written, or it's also called notated, on something that we call the staff, which is made up of 5 lines and 4 spaces. You're probably pretty familiar with this already. Since the pitches on the guitar are pretty high, we read music that's on the treble clef, which is used to notate higher pitches. You can see this at the beginning of the line. On the staff, you will find notes. In this case, we call these particular type of note quarter notes, and they tell us how long to play the note and what pitch to play. So that music doesn't just go on forever and ever and has no structure, we separate small ideas into something we call a measure. These measures are separated by a vertical line, which we call a bar line. The length of a measure is determined by the time signature, which we'll talk about in a later video. When playing the guitar, we use all 4 of our fingers on our left hand. Not surprisingly, we will call them first, second, third, and fourth fingers. We will not be using our thumb, so we're not going to count it. It's important to remember our finger numbers because we will start assigning each finger a fret that it's responsible for. Now let's look at our first 3 notes on the musical staff, E, F, and G. E is located on the very top space of the treble clef staff and is played with just our open E string. That will sound like this. F is located on the very top line of the treble clef staff, and we will play with our first finger, also known as your index finger. That will sound like this. Finally, G is located right above the treble clef staff, and we will use our third finger or ring finger to play this pitch. It will sound like this. Another way to learn where to put your fingers on the fretboard is to use something called a chord diagram. This is a little picture that shows you exactly where your fingers are supposed to go. Each of the vertical lines represents the strings on our guitar, in order from lowest to highest, E, A, D, G, B, and finally our top E we're talking about today. The horizontal lines represent frets. Often chord charts are found in PVG music books, which have a piano part, a vocal part, and a guitar part, and you'll see the chord charts at the top. This will show you how to play the chords. For example, this is a chord chart for the first position C major 7th chord. We'll learn about how to read these a little bit more in the future. That's all there is to it. Our first 3 notes, E, F, and G. You'll want to try to practice reading them as much as you can and get familiar with them so that when we add more, you'll already have these in your back pocket. Try looking at the exercises on pages 8 and 9 in your book, and if you would like to play along with me, I have a play along video that you can find and jam out with. Happy practicing!